you're in the kitchen with Chef Carla and Andrea, and I'll be showing you guys how to make an apple walnut chicken salad. It's gonna have spicy candied walnuts, grilled juicy chicken breasts, homemade apple cider vinaigrette with gorgonzola cheese on top. The first thing we're gonna do is make our spicy candied walnuts. You wanna make sure you preheat your oven to 350. Once that's preheated, you're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of butter, throw that on a pan with foil, pop it in the oven because you want to melt the butter so that way the walnuts don't stick to the pan. Now, we have 2 eggs that I let sit out till about room temperature, because when you let eggs sit out to room temperature, like I said in the baking, the eggs work out so much better. They get volume and all this other wonderful stuff. So we only need the egg whites. We need 2. So I'm going to crack it, and I'm going to make an attempt just to take the egg whites, not the yolks. When you're working with egg whites, you want to make sure that there's no water in the bowl, no oil, there's no debris, no dirt, no egg yolks whatsoever, because if there is, then your egg whites won't froth up to the proper height, and you'll just have a really hard time when working with your egg whites. When you do your egg whites, first you want to start making them frothy before you add anything else to it. So I'm going to rinse my hands off because I don't want to cross-contaminate anything. Make sure you wash them good because eggs have salmonella, they're sticky, they can contaminate foods that don't need to be cooked, and then you have a whirlwind. Somebody gets sick. So now that we have 2 egg whites in here, I'm going to move this out the way. I'm going to start frothing them up. Now this is going to take you a little bit of time. Just move fast. Don't stop. You want to see how they're nice and frothy and how it's moving along just a little bit fast? It's because I let them sit to room temperature. It's going to take a lot longer if your eggs are cold because they're stiff, they're not relaxed, because you know eggs are a protein, especially egg whites. So you want to get them when they're nice and warm and relaxed so you can get them to froth up the way you want them to, so that way you can do your thing. I'm still whisking. I'm going to take a break because it's tiring. Now I'm going to keep going. Keep whisking. Make sure you have ample room in your bowl. Make sure you have a nice sturdy whisk so you can do this. I would normally cheat and use my stand mixer, but not everybody has one. So we're going to do it together. Now I'm going to add in, now that I got a little bit of firmness, a little bit of shine and gloss on my egg whites, I'm going to start adding in my sugar. You want to add your sugar in about this point. We need a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Get a spoon so I can measure this adequately. Maybe I shouldn't have got a spoon with holes in it, but we'll see how it works out. Oh, making a mess. So now we're going to make sure that we have a nice packed brown sugar. It's a 1/2 cup. We're going to add this in. And we're going to get back to frothing. Get it all nice and frothy some more. This right here, the egg white, just helps to give the candied walnuts some sheen, some shine. See how it's starting to get? It's getting bigger in volume. It's thickening up a little bit. You can overwork egg whites, so you don't want to do it too much, because then your egg whites will deflate. What I just put in here is a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper and about a teaspoon and a sprinkle of salt. It's a 1/2 teaspoon, I'm sorry, 1/2 teaspoon of both with just an extra sprinkle of some salt, because you know peanuts, nuts need some salt. So now it's ready. We have a nice, I'll say about soft medium peak of egg whites. Okay, that's ready. Okay, we can get rid of that now. I did my little whisk dance. So now we have a 1/4 pound of walnuts. These walnuts have nothing on them. No salt, no nothing, no nothing, no nothing. Because we're going to add everything to it. If you don't like it sweet by any means, you don't have to add the cayenne. But I think it just kind of adds a nice little balance and a nice little secret spice, that little pop in your mouth. That's like, ooh, because the dressing's sweet. These are sweet. So it's something to be like, oh man. So I like to add in the cayenne. Sometimes, depending upon my mood, I may make it a little more spicier. But tonight, I'm not going to make it too spicy. I don't know if everyone likes spice. So now these are all mixed in. We got them all candied. So we are going to make some room so we can do the next step. And the next step is, let me get this all out the way. The next step is we are going to get a towel. Oh man. We're going to get a towel, an oven mitt, something, because we do not want to burn our hands. And we are going to grab our pan. And we're going to spread around all the butter, all of it. Spread it around. Now this is the part that you got to be careful on. This is the part too where it gets a little messy for you. Make sure your hands are clean. You wash them. Check them out. Make sure there's no lint, no debris, no nothing on your hands. And you're just going to take them and you're going to drop them on the sheet pan, the tray, whatever you're using. Because you don't want to throw them on there because you're going to have, you know, some excess egg whites. And it's going to get real frothy and foamy. And then it's just not going to be pretty. You want to keep them separate. So that way when they bake, they're separate and they're not one big clump. We're not making brittle. We're making individual candied walnuts. So I'm going to finish this up and I'll see you guys back in a few minutes so we can move on to the next step of marinating our chicken. We're back. Now it's on to the chicken. But what I didn't tell you guys earlier is that the walnuts, they're going to cook between 15 to 20 minutes. You don't want to open the oven. Just use your oven light. Peek in at it. If they start looking golden brown, you know you're about 2 minutes off. Count for 120 seconds and then pop them out. Make sure you let them cool before you go to touch them, because few things that will burn the living daylights out of you: sugar and cheese. That is sugar, so you want to make sure that you don't touch it right away or you'll end up with a few battle scars like me. So now we are going to do the chicken. The chicken marinade is very simple. We're going to let it sit for a few minutes. This is something that I didn't really want to marinate for an extended period of time because it was last minute, and I wanted to show you guys that you can develop great flavors and you don't need to let it marinate for an extended period of time. So in here we have some basil, some oregano, and we have salt and pepper. I have a teaspoon of each. I just mixed it up, and then I had some olive oil. I'm just going to do olive oil to coat, so it'll be about 1.5 tablespoons. So I'm going to get my olive oil going, put that in there. And then once I get the olive oil in, I'm going to throw in my seasoning. And yes, I'm going to use my hands this time. I feel like getting down and dirty. So I'm going to throw this on. And then I'm going to use the hands. And I'm going to massage it all in here. Make sure you guys wash your chicken. Because I don't know where you buy your chicken. But my chicken, it doesn't come washed. So you want to make sure you wash it. Then when you are done washing it, make sure you sterilize everything with a little bit of bleach, some soapy warm water. Because chicken carries salmonella, cross-contamination. It's real. It kills. It gets people sick. So you want to make sure that you keep your workspace and your environment clean. You see how there's nothing around my chicken, just chicken and a few things that I need. Is because I'm aware of it, and you know I don't want cross-contamination. It's grody. So I'm going to keep mixing this around, get it going, make sure that all the chicken breast is nice and coated, and then I'm going to let it sit in the background, let my chicken take a little bit of the chill off, because when your chicken's not as cold, then it cooks a little better. It's, you know, it's a protein. What do proteins do? They tighten up. So we're going to let it chill out in the background. I'm going to wash my hands, sanitize my area. We'll be back with the salad dressing, so that way we can cook this chicken and get onto the salad. So I'll see you guys back in a few minutes. I'm back. So the candied walnuts are out of the oven. Here they are. Try one. It's delicious. I can snack on them all day. Candied walnuts are done. Chicken's been marinating still. Now it's on to our fabulous apple cider vinaigrette. I have a 1/2 cup and 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, which is my favorite vinegar to use. I have shallots, 1. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll say about, because they're small, I'll say about use about 5 cloves of garlic in here. I'm going to add in the honey, which is a 1/4 cup of honey. Once again, I use the raw organic honey because it has the best flavor. And we all know I'm big on flavor. Then I have the juice of 1 fresh lemon that I squeezed, no seeds. Then I have a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard is a stabilizer in your salad dressings, so they stay all nice and pretty. Then I have a teaspoon of black pepper, and I have a teaspoon and a pinch of salt that I'm going to throw in here. Get this all out the way. I'm going to grab my olive oil, throw the lid on. It's the same way I make every salad dressing. I like to get the vinegar going with the seasoning and any aromatic that I may add into it first, and then I slowly drizzle in the olive oil. It's nicely blended. Everything is blended up. I know you see like a few little particles, but that's okay because we'll use our spatula to shimmy it on down. You want to slowly drizzle in your olive oil. You do not want to do it fast, because if you do, then it won't emulsify and it'll just be a waste. It'll be a waste of product, a waste of time, a waste of money. It'll just be a big waste of a whole lot of things. So I'm going to turn this on, if I can get it on. I'm going to put it on 1. I'm going to get my oil. I'm going to use the spigot, and I'm going to slowly pour it in. It's not a rush when you're making a salad dressing. Take your time. It's a labor of your love. Be proud of it. Show it off. Don't rush. Take your time. Watch it. Sing a song while you're doing it. Bop, beat up, bop, 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 ba-da-da. Bop, beat up, bop, 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 ba-da-da. Dance a little. Have some fun. Do it slow. Slow and good. Now you're going to use a little, it's usually 1 to 2, so you're going to use about a cup of oil. So you're going to be here for a while. You're going to use, a half a cup of apple cider vinegar. Bop, beat up, bop, 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 ba-da-da. 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 All right. Now we're going to test out our work. We're going to see if we did a good job. We know we made a mess. So we're going to see how we did. Let's see if we like the product so far. I just want to add a little bit more oil to it. See? Sometimes it varies. You never know. That's why you got to look. There's nothing wrong with looking. Turn it back on. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to finish this up, and I'll see you guys back in a few minutes. Salad dressing's now finished. I'm going to pour it in to a pretty looking bowl. Nice homemade apple cider vinaigrette. Can't resist it. I want to sample it. It is delish. I like it because it's not thick, it's not thin, but it is going to coat the salad. I really don't like thick salad dressings that are vinaigrettes because it makes me feel like there's a lot of unnecessary oil in it. But you're going to like this one. I'll see you guys back in a few minutes. We're going to grill the chicken and start assembling our salads because I'm ready to eat. Now we're back and it's on to the chicken. I got a few things to do while the chicken's cooking. I'm going to throw the chicken on as soon as the pan gets hot. And then I'm going to cut up my apples. And I have some radicchio that's also going to go in the salad. We have some romaine, spinach, and radicchio, apples, gorgonzola, chicken. It's going to be bomb. So give me a few seconds and we're going to get this chicken on. So this is how you slice an apple. You cut it in half. Then you quarter it. Then you want to just stand it upright and get the core up out of there. We don't need a core. It's unedible. Doesn't taste good. Move this out the way. And you want to go ahead and do about medium thickness slices. For your salad, not too big, not too thick. I like to do quarter slices because I think it looks pretty when you go to plate it. I don't like to do the chunks. They're okay, but I like the slices. Now you only want to cut so many slices of apple before you stick them in this amazing lemon water bath that I have for them, because the lemon water keeps the apples nice and bright so they don't lose color. I used this much water to a half a lemon and we're good to go. So you don't really want to, prep all your apples at once because, they're going to turn brown. Nobody wants to eat a brown apple. So you just do a few slices at a time. Remember to work fast so that way you don't have to worry about having a brown apple that you're going to be serving to people. Like I said, keep your fingers off the way. Cut them to how you can cut them safely. Knife skills take years of practice. I've been doing this my whole life. Oh, my pan's ready. So I'm going to stop for a few seconds. Just throw my apples in here. Now remember, I can't use this again in the apples because I touched the chicken. So now I'm going to throw my chicken on here. I'm going to let it stay undisturbed because I want it to cook nicely. Get some pretty grill marks on it. White meat doesn't take that long to cook. It takes about 8 minutes to cook a breast. This little piece is going to cook in a matter of minutes. So I'll just do 2 batches. I'll leave the rest for when it's time to put the next batch on. And I'm going to finish up my apples. My grill is on medium. Hurry up and cut these apples so I can keep an eye on my chicken, because I don't want my chicken to burn. But I do want to pick up a little bit of color. We got one more half to do. I'm going to be making about 4 salads tonight. Got some company over. So I may or may not need all of the apples. We'll see once I finish this one. Keep your fingers out the way. I can't express that enough. There's nothing worse than cutting your fingers while doing something so simple like cutting an apple. Alright, let me get my fork. Where's my fork? Where's my grill fork? Oh no, I lost it. So I'm going to use a fork. You know your chicken's ready on one side when you can pull it up and it comes up nicely. See this one? Yep, it's ready. I'm going to do a little cross hatch on it, so I'm going to do a corner turn. See if this one's ready. These pieces are a little thicker. Okay, I can do a little turn on them. Get some nice free designs on them. It's ready. Do a little turn on them. Don't be scared to use your fingers. Just do it safely. I'm going to wash my hands because I touched this raw chicken. I'm going to let this cook This is gonna cook faster than this, so I put this closer to me so I can keep my eye on it. So I'm gonna cut a little bit more of the apple. The other half I'm gonna eat for myself when no one's looking. The best part of being a cook, because you get to do whatever you want. You can eat what you want, eat when you want, and you can make the food taste as good as you want. That's why I like being a chef, because I control it. Alright, throw these in here. It's almost ready. Almost needing my attention. Alright, that's my knife cutting face. When I want to move fast. The knife face. Alright, let me grab the radicchio. I have a nice radicchio that I picked up today. I'm going to save my half of the apple. Get this out the way. Cleanliness is always best when you're cooking because you can stay organized and you know everything that you're doing. You don't have to worry about stuff getting in the way. Wipe my knife down, wipe my board down. Okay, I'm going to come back to the chicken. I'm going to flip it. Oh, look at those pretty grill marks on the chicken. You can look real professional at the house. Alright. This one is almost finished. Keep my eye on that. That's not going to take too long. Okay, radicchio. I don't know if you guys know. It's pretty. It's purple. It's white. It's like a lettuce. Slightly bitter. I like it because it adds some spunk to it. It adds some flavor that's different than regular lettuce that doesn't really have a flavor. I really like pairing radicchio and arugula together, but like I said, we're going to do spinach and romaine together. So the way you want to do your radicchio, treat it like you would, let's say a head of cabbage. Just cut it in half, cut the core out. Make sure you get all that core out because you don't want that in the way. And I'm just going to do it in quarters. Actually, a little more than quarters. I'm going to get 1, 2, and then 3 out of it. So, there you have it. I'm going to cut it in half. Because remember, we always want to work with bite-sized pieces. Always bite-sized. Bam. There we have it. So, we need for our 4 salads. Put that over there. I'm going to get this chicken off. Right. Chicken's ready. Oh, chicken's ready. Oh, chicken's ready. Put a little oil on this side so I can cook my other pieces. Get it going. Remember, I'm a professional. So a little pops and stings and bruises don't hurt. But if you're scared, use something like a brush to do your grill. Looks like a little handy-dandy paintbrush. Put it in here. But a little oil splattering doesn't scare me. So I'm going to add the rest of my chicken. Get that on the grill nicely so it can cook evenly. You see how the chicken starts sticking when you put it on there? Because it's getting ready to sear and to lock in all that great flavor. So I can turn my chicken. This one's truly going to take about 7 to 8 minutes. So I'm going to finish cooking this wonderful chicken. And then we're going to come back, cleaned up, assembled, so we can get these salads made and we can get to eating. We got the apples, the radicchio. So I'll see you guys back in a few minutes when it's time to assemble our salad. Now it's on to my favorite part, assembly, because that means that I'm one step closer to eating this salad. The first thing I want to do is make sure I have a nice mixing bowl. I do. Make sure I have a platter. I do. And all my ingredients within arm's length. So now that I have all that, I'm going to show you guys how to build this wonderful, amazing, deliciously tasting salad. So I'm going to grab some lettuce, put it in there. I have a huge platter and I said I'm doing it for 4. So I can put a lot of lettuce in here. Normally, if you were just doing it for 1, about a good amount right there. Because you still got to add in all your other fixings and trimmings. So I'm going to grab some radicchio, throw that in here, get it all mixed up. Now what I like to do is I like to salt my lettuce and my tomatoes. So I'm going to add a little salt and pepper to it because that is very bland. So you want to make sure that you have all the flavor carry throughout, because if something's flat, then what's going to happen is that the meal may end up being flat because you didn't have enough seasoning to carry through the whole dish. So now that we got a nice fair amount of seasoning, salt and pepper, that's all you need on here. We're going to start adding in everything else. We're going to take our apples that were soaked in lemon juice water, add those in here. Make sure you spread them apart so that way they get well incorporated. Get a little bit more because like I said, this is a salad for 4 people. If you were just doing it for yourself, that's a good amount right there. So let's see, we got apples, we got tomatoes in, radicchio. Somebody requested dried cranberries last minute. I'm sorry you guys, but they're good. I love them. It works good with the apples and the spinach. So if you have them, please add in some dried cranberries. You won't regret it, I promise. So let's see, we got everything in here except for I'm going to add those in last because I don't want them to get soggy. I'm going to get some cheese, throw that in here. We got some good old gorgonzola. If you don't like gorgonzola, switch it out. You can do some Swiss, some provolone, Parmesan, whatever you like. Doesn't matter. So we're going to break this up a little bit. So now we got all that in here. I'm going to get a spoon. If I want to mix up some salad dressing a little bit. Give me a nice little spoon, mix it around just in case anything has settled. And then we are going to add in our apple cider vinaigrette. Here we go. Added that in. Now I'm going to mix it up. Make sure your hands are clean. I like to use my hands with this one because the tongue just really doesn't do it right. So mix it in really good. Just make sure you clean your hands thoroughly like I did before I started this. I like to keep my hands clean, my workspace clean, because I think better, I think clear. Look at this. You want to just make sure you have enough salad dressing on here just to coat the greens. You don't want them to be heavy, overly saturated, but you want to make sure you have enough on here so that way you can taste all this goodness that you're about to put in your mouth. Just going to go ahead and build it over here on this platter. When I build my salads, I like to keep it nice and high because I like you to see what's all in here. Who wants to eat a flat salad? It's not really appealing when you're going to eat a flat salad. Now, I didn't use all my garnishings that I put in my salad because I want to add some to the top. Let me rinse my hands. Okay, I got my hands rinsed off. I'm going to dry them. Let me move all this good stuff out the way that I've already used. Put it to the back because we still got to add in this wonderful chicken. So we're going to put some more cranberries on there so everyone can taste it. We're going to add some more tomatoes to it so everyone can get some tomatoes and not feel left out. Just a little bit more salt and pepper because tomatoes don't come with seasoning. So now we're going to add some more apples. Just shake them off a little bit. Get this water off. Just go ahead and throw them on like so. Just make sure it looks pretty. Arrange them nicely so everyone can be amazed by the wonderful salad that you made. Get that going on. There we go. We're going to add our candied walnuts, what I love. I just throw them right on there. Now on to my favorite part, this chicken that I've taken my time on creating. Let me make some room because the chicken is truly the star of the show if you ask me. Some room going on because we took our time when doing this quick, easy, fast, simple chicken. Get a nice piece here. We're going to do, let me move it out the way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just slicing it on the bias. Now, when you cook your chicken, you want to make sure that the juices run clear. As soon as you see the juices are clear, you can go ahead and throw it off of the grill. Now, if you're not very comfortable with that method or theory, you can just go ahead and get you a meat thermometer from your local store. They have them for about $8. I have one myself. My fiance loves using it because she's not as comfortable as I am. And as soon as you see the chicken at 150, you're good to go. Take it off so your chicken breast doesn't dry out. Oh, this one's nice. Look at the grill marks on this one right here. It's not wasting any chicken. Just cutting it on a bias so that way it's pretty. People get to see all the hard grill marks that I work to achieve. And I put on a chicken breast per person. So now we are ready to eat this. Rinse my hands off. Grab me a fork so I can show you guys how good this salad is and how you guys are going to enjoy it. I can't wait. It's my favorite part, like I told you. I don't even know where I want to start because I love salad. It's one of my favorite foods. I wish I could eat salad all day, every day. But I'm going to sneak a little bite out because I know I have to share it. So I'm going to make sure I get some chicken, some tomatoes, some gorgonzola. Make sure I get one of these candied walnuts. What else am I missing? Get some radicchio. Oh, I'm trying to get it all in one big bite. I think I got everything. Got some apple. So now this is the test. Chicken is juicy. I taste that apple. It's sweet. The gorgonzola gives me some creaminess, a nice bite. I get the acid of the tomato, and I get that sweetness from the cranberry juice, and then that salad dressing just brings it back all together. And then I'm not missing a starch. I'm not missing a carb. This right here is where it's at. So please enjoy the salad. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube. And I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy.